Okay, so you're selling on eBay, you list an item, and you think, how much should I price that item for? Well, the answer is comps tell the tale. You look at comps, look at recently sold prices of the same item in the same general condition as close as you can, and what did it generally sell for in the recent past. I want to be more specific about prices though in this video. We've talked about how to price items before on this channel, doing comps, finding what something sold for. What I want to talk about is the actual price we charge. Let's say that something sells for around $30. Should we price it around $30? Well, yes, if recently sold items similar to our condition have sold for around $30, that's a good indication we should price our items for about $30. I want to be more specific. I want to be exactly right on the price. What about especially the last two digits of our price? Should it be $30? Should it be $30.99, $30.77, $30, $29.99, $29.95? Does it matter? The answer is, turns out it really matters. The last two digits matter. I want you to be more cognizant, be more aware of your pricing. You have to still do comps and get a very close range of how much you should sell it for, but it actually makes a difference on the last two digits. It does. How do we know this? Determining appropriate prices is one of the biggest challenges people in advertising and marketing face. The price is extremely critical. There are complete online courses on what kind of price do I charge something. Complete courses on pricing models. Here's one from Columbia University. It's a course just on pricing methodologies on. It's an online course. I assume this is Columbia University. I don't know. Maybe it's just some Columbia offshoot competitor, but there's no doubt Columbia University itself in their marketing program offer at least one and probably more courses on pricing. That makes the pricing pretty serious. That makes pricing something we should at least stop for a minute and pay attention to. Just think about a little bit more. Your pricing makes a difference. Almost always people end up pricing something at 99 cents, 0.99 cents. If something's worth $20 and that's what you want to get, there's no doubt you need to charge 19 something for it, right? I mean, you know that. 19.99, 19.95, 19.77, $19. You need to charge 19 something, not 20, if it's worth 20, because that makes a big difference. Mentally, psychologically, that makes a big difference to your buyers, and you know that. You don't need a video to know that. What you need a video on is to know what to put those last two digits, the cents. What should they be? 0.99, 0.95. Some people do 0.77, some people do 0.70, some people 0. There's something called a left digit bias. Buyers have a strong bias to the left side of a price tag, and they almost always round down after that. It's odd, it's something important to know. So if something is priced $19.99, the buyer will always really focus on the 19 and kind of round down that 99 cents, which is good because it's 1 penny away from $20, but they just kind of mentally go 19 bucks. That's what we do when we're looking at price tags. So that left digit bias or left digit effect, it's also called, that is when we see $19.99 and think, well, that's just $19. That's what we do. We never think it's 20, even though it's 20. As sellers, we need to be pricing knowing this stuff. A lot of retail online sites have done a lot of studies on this, and they've made some studies public, like Sharper Image. Sharper Image did a long study and found that 0.99 at the end of a price makes a lot bigger difference over 0.97 or 0.77 or 0.0. Ending your price in 99 cents appears to be the way to go. There's more to it than that, but that's general what we'll start with. A lot of eBayers will price something as 0.95 because they feel it's not as gimmicky. It just doesn't look as gimmicky. Well, in this case, gimmicky works, okay? 0.99 will outpull, we say in marketing, outpulls, outsells. 0.99 will outpull a 0.97 every time, over time. Maybe not by much, maybe just a fraction, but over time, fractions add up. Are you in this business for the long haul, or are you in this business just for the next 3 months? You're in this for the long haul. It makes a difference. Every little thing you can do to eke out a little bit more sale over time makes you a lot more money. Adding a little bit is important. Stop putting 0.95 at the end of prices when 99 is going to outpull 95. That's the bottom line, although there are exceptions to that, which I'm about to tell you, and then we're done. This is pretty easy stuff. Even Walmart has tried sevens. 7 works in online marketing sites when you're selling courses. It's weird. If you charge $77 for a course, $97 for a course, $77 for a course, $7.77 for online types of courses and videos and things, for some reason those 7s seem to pull better than anything. eBay is not that. eBay is actual products that actual buyers want to use, and they're used to buying these items at the store. They're used to buying them from other eBayers. You need to treat this seriously as a pricing model. So right now, we're sticking with 0.99 on every price that you do until I tell you the exceptions here in a second. If you're selling items up to $150, always end them with 99. In general, studies show you will outpull all other prices if you end it in 0.99. All other price endings, if you end your price in 0.99, up to about $150. So from $9 item, $9.99, up to $149.99 item, stick with 99. You'll never be wrong. I know 95 feels more classy, 0 feels more classy, but you don't want to do that on lower priced items, and that's what we're talking about here. Surprisingly, once you get over $200, even $150 to basically $200 and higher, 95 seems to do about the same as 99. Studies show 4 out of 5 doctors recommend. So it matters less that you do 99 whenever you get into $300 to $500 worth of items. Whenever you're selling a $400 stereo on eBay, it's okay to put 0.95. Now 99 seems to pull about evenly to 95. What do you want to do? If you just think 99 seems a little too gimmicky for a $450 item, okay, put 95. It kind of just looks a little less gimmicky. I don't know what other term I can say, but it doesn't really make a difference as far as sales go. When you get very high priced items, $800, $900, $1,500, $2,000 items, $4,000 items, when you get into very high prices, 0 seems to work best. It's a perceived quality. You know, if you go into a very expensive restaurant, they'll have prices, but it'll just say 27, 17, 18, 4, 9, 103. They won't have any decimal points or cents to the right. Those prices have a perceived confidence in them. Now, I know that a $17 vegetable at an expensive restaurant isn't a high amount of money. It's not a $150 item on eBay. But in that situation, $17 for potatoes, that's expensive. That's a high perceived quality item. And they usually price it accordingly. Without 99, without 95, that decimal point to the right does in effect start to cheapen the price some, and they want the quality to be a perceived high quality value. Even though they're just getting all their food at Cisco, unhealthy vegetable oils and all the rest of it. They're getting it at the same place, but they want to have a perceived quality value for their food, and they usually don't end with 99 or 95. And in that case, you don't want to. If you sell an $895 item on eBay, you don't want to say $895.99. You don't want to say $895.95. You want to keep it even because it has a perceived quality effect at numbers that high, but not at $19.99. Doesn't have the effect. $19 looks weird. Just think about that. You see something for $19 on eBay, the price looks a little weird. $19.99 just seems more friendly. And there are reasons for that. We accept that better as buyers. So, bottom line, start all pricing at 99 cents unless you have very high dollar items you're selling. Now, once I start changing prices, something's been for sale for a while and I want to lower the price some because it hasn't sold yet. I might do an end and sell similar, but if I do that, I'm changing some of the pictures around, I'm changing the title a bit, I'm changing some of the description, and I'm changing the price. In that case, I will, and maybe I shouldn't, I'm open to reproof and correction here. I will change the price to 95 or 97 or 77 or even 33 sometimes, or 44 as the cents. That does a couple of things. It lets me know I've lowered that price because everything that I haven't lowered ends in 99. And sometimes I need that data. Someone makes an offer on something that ends in 99 cents. I know that item hasn't been for sale as long as something that they make an offer on that ends in 0.33 cents. That I've dropped maybe 2 or 3 times. So my pricing gives me data about some of my items, some of my slow selling items. And I like having that. And maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I ought to use the SKU field to say the date that I originally listed it and all of that, or the last time I lowered the price. I'm not going to mess with all that. I just make sure the price is not 99. And if I lower it again, I'm going to move it down even more. So I might start with 90, with 77 and then 44 and then 33. And then probably the last time I lowered something, 0.11. I usually end in 11 cents. I know that item's been for sale a long time and I've lowered the price. Someone comes in and wants to offer me a low offer on that item, I'm more likely to take it because I know it's been here a long time based on the price. So I use the pricing as data for many things, but in general, most of my items sell at 99 cents, or someone makes an offer on an item that is still priced at 99 cents. And this is what you should do. What should you do? You should do what works. What works? 0.99 cents. How often does it work? Always on eBay, unless you have something very expensive.